Episode 5 finally marks a somewhat refreshing change of pace for the Irat gamer. For a long time it was actually my favourite episode, though looking back I think that was only because watching the game made me feel nostalgic. The change of pace is for a few reasons. Firstly, it was the first one done after the winter break, which meant I had to work on it around school and I couldn't really spend just one whole day on it like I had done. I think this forced me to be more committed and ambitious with it because it wasn't just something to kill time anymore. Secondly, I think this was the point where I started taking the Irat gamer more seriously. This is bolstered by the fact that this was the first episode not put together in Windows Movie Maker. This was actually one of 3 episodes that were edited in Final Cut Express, yeah. Quite a step up, but honestly the editing quality itself hasn't really improved, not significantly at least. The third reason is, this episode doesn't really follow the same formula as the first 4. The first 4 all start with the Irat gamer giving a short introduction, playing the game completely incompetently somehow, getting frustrated and giving up. This episode, however, is actually one of, if not the only one, where the Irat gamer plays the game pretty much to completion before, giving up and saying it's a horrible game. There are still a few issues with it though. Even though the formula is a little different, it still has basically the same let's play or playthrough commentary style. And in this one, he's not really getting that frustrated with the game, he's more just riffing the footage occasionally, and I do mean occasionally. Because of this, there's a lot of silence from the Irat gamer in this episode. A lot of lengthy moments where he just doesn't talk.
Dinosaurs. Oh, Liz and I were taking pictures of plant-eating dinosaurs. Oh dear, one of my photos is gone.
I think my mentality at the time when I was editing this was that I really liked this game, and I wanted to preserve it and edit out as little as possible. I guess I kind of wanted to show off the game in this episode, which, more self-fulfillment, whatever you want to call it. And for example, there are weird moments where the video just zooms in on one of the characters talking as if the Irat gamer is going to comment on something they say, but then he just doesn't and it moves on.
Sauropods and any kind of psychac.
Congratulations!
Sometimes he does comment on something relevant, but still not on anything they say, making the whole zooming and focusing on all their dialogue completely unnecessary.
Maybe we should look in another location.
What the fuck? That bitch just disappeared behind that tree.
I also think part of the reason why I left so much of that sort of thing in was because I was learning Final Cut making this episode, and when I suddenly found out I could zoom, I was like, yeah, zoom in on everything, but don't use it for anything funny or relevant to the Irate gamer. All of these things I mentioned, I feel make this episode really long. By this point, the Irate gamer was averaging about 2 to 3 minutes. This one is actually just over 10, making it the longest Irate gamer episode ever to this day. Most of what I don't like about this episode was fixed a little over a year later when I posted the special edition, which is the only version that's still on the channel, as well as the version that I believe most people have seen. I made the special edition because the original was actually flagged down, and I think I wasn't able to counterclaim for some reason. And it was also just one of those videos I wanted to re-edit just because I thought it would be interesting to compare how my editing style had changed in the last year. Most of those videos were personal videos and weren't posted anywhere though. But that's why there's a special edition of the Magic School Bus. I probably actually won't end up doing a commentary on that one because it's basically the same thing, just edited a little tighter, a little differently. I should mention the bug where the photo that shows up is not the photo that I just took is actually a bug I have never seen before or since making this episode. It's actually just something that conveniently or inconveniently happened when I was recording, and I just decided to write it in. And I thought people would, but not a single person has commented about how much that doesn't actually happen. So maybe it's actually really common and I'm just lucky or something to have never come across it before. Anyway, my whole weekly thing might have been a little premature. I think I'll just end up actually releasing these whenever I can. I want to get to the later episodes soon though, so you might see me kind of get through the next few episodes relatively quickly. But I'm not going to make promises like I kind of did last time. I'm just going to say thanks for keeping up with it if you are, and just whenever the next one comes out, it'll come out. Anyway, so see you guys whenever I get around to doing the next one.